They say technology has a way of always reinventing itself, and that most of the things we create these days have already been made. Nothing's more true than the case of the Virtual Boy that looks very much like one of the modern VR headsets. I'm going to show you around this device, how it operates and how cool it was, and so much ahead of its time. Like most things that were ahead of the time, they generally failed and didn't get mass adoption, so these things now are much more rare. This is my personal Virtual Boy that I own, and I've only got one game, it's Mario Tennis, but it is fully functional and I can show you around. We have this unusual controller here, but with a unique dual D-pad on the left and right. The console itself comes with this stand, so when you turn it around to look in, you can see we have two eyepieces here, which we put our eyes through to see the image inside. On top we've got a focus button to manually focus the screen, and this iris pupil distance dial, which physically moves each of the eyepieces inside of here, left or right, to match your specific eye width. If we take a look underneath, we can see we have headsets and a volume wheel for the internal speakers and headsets. On the other side we've got the controller and a play link, and it tells you that it's 6 to 13 volts. But where do you put the power? There's no power plug on this. So unlike any other console I know of, the power comes through the controller itself. If we look on the back and we lift up this port, you can see there's a sneaky little power port. So we install typically a 9 volt inverted polarity power supply here. So I'll just take this Game Gear inverted polarity with the positive on the outside, plug it in here, that goes through there, we close it down, and now when we connect the controller port up, we can now turn on the system by flicking the switch. Without a game in though, this won't do much. So if we grab Mario Tennis, they've got a nice dust cover on the bottom, which if we remove, exposes a custom pin header similar to an IDE in a computer, and the game actually goes in the front of the system like this. With everything set up, flick the power, and hopefully within 4 seconds we'll hear the audio. And as you can see inside here, if I try and cover it up, there's the gameplay. So this does look much cooler in person. And on retro6.wiki, I've of course broke down everything about this, how you disassemble it and repair. And this is a real photo from inside this exact console, looking in like this and just cleaning it up a bit so you can kind of get a visual for what it looks like. It is stereoscopic, so that means it gives you a 3D effect similar to the 3DS, but you obviously can't get that on camera. And the way this works is you get the device like this, and you basically put your head into the console, and you can see through both eyes, and you get the stereoscopic view. Now if we just move mine out of the way for a minute, and bring in this customer's that's in for repair, I've gone ahead and removed the top already, so we can get a see inside how this all works. And there's no treats for you. You've had 2 this morning by mistake. No treats. Looking inside, we can see here is the flexible ribbon that goes to the LED array. And the one on the right side I've already removed. It looks like this, a little LED array there. There's like 240 odd individual LEDs on this PCB. And the fault it gets is this ribbon you can see I've replaced with a new one. Over time this flex just bends, and even though it doesn't look damaged, this then has bad contact on the PCB here typically. The other side I'll do to repair, because this has come in because there's no visual on the screen. You can see the speakers either side, so that's how it generates the audio, or you can plug in headphones, which you can see here. If we look down through the eyes, what you're looking at is this mirror. So you can see the edge of the mirror there, and you can see the edge of the mirror there. To understand how these fail, if we turn the eye distance left and right, you can see the mirrors move, and also this cable flexes. So you imagine over 20 or plus years, this just becomes weak on the joint there. That's why they need replacing. I'll go ahead and get this one fixed for the customer. And if you want to fix your own, jump on retro6.wiki and get all the information, or you can just send it to us and we do the repairs as well.